Hello everyone. Welcome to another round of Flicks Take with the Delhi Crime team. Today we're going to be talking to Smriti Chauhan. She's going to be joining us soon.
Hello.
You managed, you got Wi-Fi, you got your connection.
Yes, I did manage to get Wi-Fi. I'm sitting at the reception right now. Is it too glaring, the light in the back?
Um, yeah, this is better.
Maybe I can shift like this.
Yeah,
This is better?
this is much better, Smriti. Thank you so much for doing this. I know you're hard pressed on time and you're on speed dial right now on everybody's calls. So,
No.
firstly, congratulations, Annette. Yes,
Mic test.
right. You're back. Firstly, congratulations, many congratulations on the Emmys. It's just phenomenal, this news, and we just can't get over it. And we just want to know more and more from
Absolutely.
the team. So, welcome to
Yes.
Big Take. And you not only dressed up the actors, but you dressed up each character to shine through. So really, there was one interview in which Shefali said that I felt taller when I wore the uniform. So really, it is about her spirit and her character. But donning that uniform made it so. So tell us more about it. You must have done extensive research on it, and how did it just come about?
Yes, I'd love to. And thank you, first of all, thank you very much for having me here. And this will be my first Instagram live, and I'm very thrilled to be here. And of course, Emmys is a blessing, and I think it's only because of the entire team and the way everybody functioned and worked towards the story being told. And coming to costumes and your questions, everybody really thinks that dressing up anybody uh, in uniforms is the easiest thing to do. I've had people who says like uniforms banana hai, but I have to say with the kind of research and the respect that goes with a uniform, with any is like it's 10 times a costume. You have to be very sure of what you're putting. And with Delhi Crime, we were supposed to be true to the uniform. Like usually in a Bollywood film or any other series, you tweak it so that nobody has any claims, or that you did wrong or you portrayed a wrong, police force of sorts. But with Delhi Crime, it was that we had the opportunity to show exactly what the uniforms and insignias were and the ranks of the officers. So we could not have gone wrong at all. And I cannot thank Chaya Sharma then, who actually really was available at my beck and call. Rakesh Kumar ji, who was the SHO INA then, I used to sit in his office and he literally gave me that kind of time. I used to sit in the office from morning 6 till afternoon 1 or even later. And he would just patiently answer all my questions. And they were not just pertaining to the uniforms. It was about the stories around and the stories that happened during the entire case was being worked upon. So that plays a very important role. And like small details such as Chaya telling us that she never carries a handbag and she hates sanitizers, and her diary. And yeah, she hates it. I wonder what COVID has been like for her. I think one of the worst. I feel you, Chaya, because I also hate that too. And Shafali just carrying that one diary and a pen, all of that, and it made a huge difference. And I wouldn't have been able to. I've done real costumes before, and I have never received the kind of accolades I did, like I did on Delhi Crime. And I'll tell you, I personally feel the reasons were because there was the entire team's effort that went into it. Costumes was not a costume department. Production was not a production department. Costumes looked good because of the setup production designer did. The makeup and hair department, spectacular. Elizabeth Liz Gruska, who's worked on it, she's an Australian makeup artist, and I have never worked with anybody more phenomenal than her. Because knowing the kind of madness that was going on, there was never a sense of you don't tell me what you have to do, etc. It was always such a collaboration, and it shows. the dirtying of the nails, the highlighting of the collarbones, the highlighting of the cheekbones, the sunken face, all of that has made a difference. It was not just costumes. Needless to mention, Johan's, you know, his magic Midas touch that we have. He's been, nothing would have looked good if it was just single-handed. And I believe that making a film is the biggest example of teamwork. You go ahead and you play a game, and they say, oh, football is teamwork. You win a cup because it's a teamwork. But one player might have outperformed the other one. In filmmaking, not one department can lapse. It will show. So, which means on Delhi Crime, if it has outshined everything, it's because the whole team was in sync. We walked in one line, one horizontal line, step by step. So I cannot single-handedly take credits for costume at all. I don't think it'll be good. It's not right. It'll be wrong if I do something like that.
The entire puzzle, you guys, each piece is so integral. And the kind of, the working in tandem, that cog in the wheel, it's just so representative of that. The entire team just worked in tandem with each other, and not one person could be kind of, unique in its own way, and so important to the entire puzzle, the entire story put together, which you so well put, right now.
Absolutely. It's only.
And your call, the Netflix, the entire team's call, that was so amazing.
Oh, yes.
What this Netflix posted today, it was just like,
yes.
one big, huge, like a family, like, getting together and
it is.
Those times. Wonderful.
Yes. It was a family, and it was a very, very close-knit family. Everybody had everybody's back. Like I would literally go to Apurva Pooja and say, I can't deliver. You think I can deliver in 10 days or something like that? And they were like, okay, but what do you need me to do to make sure that you do? Yeah. So everybody, and they would take it as seriously, like organizing something as basic as I want an anti-static spray. And I don't know where to get it from. We are short on time, and the silk wool fabric is going to stick to the warmers of the actors, and it's just look, we can't do anything about it. And the entire team was behind it to get it right. So, small things like that. It was never, it's just, all I can say is that I'm very, very lucky to have had a team like that. And another friend of mine just asked, what is your takeaway from Delhi Crime? And I said, I think the family and the story that was told, and it couldn't have been told any other way. Because I know there were a lot of other things that were made around the same case.
Yes.
But I don't think that it just did any justice to the incident or the story that needed to be told.
So my next question was, I don't know if I should ask you, but after listening to what you just said, but I will nevertheless go ahead and ask you, was it a punishing schedule? I don't think.
Well, now I can say so. Yes, it was, but not just for me. It was for every single soul who was working. Our spot dadas who worked around the clock. We would get those 2 hours of sleep, or let's say rest, of going back to the hotel or whatever. I don't think our production boys did get that kind of rest either. And I remember on the Netflix call also, our first AD Vamsi, he mentioned that what was our set? The whole of Delhi was our set. The whole of Delhi was our set. What is the production designer Mandar going to do? He is going to go and set Delhi for us to shoot. Yeah. What does Johan ask? What are you going to be shooting? Oh, I'm going to be shooting 360 degrees. And everybody's like, right, absolutely right. So it's not, it was a very taxing schedule. Everybody was on, I think everybody was working around the clock. Everyone was burning midnight oil. And we used to have meetings at 1 or 2 in the morning. And Pooja, Apurva, Monisha, every single soul was present, to the extent where you would feel like, okay, fine, I'm really exhausted and I can't make it. And then it's like, wait a second, what can we make available for you? It was literally like that. And I also know about the prep time that we got was berserkly low. It was just so low that I just went up to Apurva and Pooja and said, are you kidding me? Are you like, what are you talking about? We can't deliver in this much time. And they said, Smriti, this story be told now or maybe never. So, and I think this is exactly the spirit the entire team moved with, that this has to be done. Absolutely. So I think the taxing schedule took a back seat somewhere with the drive that the entire hungry set of artists set out to do.
just, I think the schedule probably brought out the best in each one of you. You know, really, what
Absolutely.
you also probably didn't even know about yourselves. You know, the entire potential just came out with this whole
Yes.
schedule being, pushing you guys into the corner. But you delivered. I mean, you guys delivered like how? It's like
Yeah.
now we talk about it, like you said. And I remember you two playing a part in it. You played the role of the journalist. Now, how did that come
Yes,
about?
I did. Well, I remember we were sitting at the Madhuban Hotel reception where the entire team used to be sitting and prepping in the mornings before everybody set out in the market to do their things. Rishi just asked me to, they were casting. I remember Monisha being at Rishi's table and they asked me, Smriti, could you just stand up? I was like, yeah, what happened? And I stood up and they were like, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. And then later in the day, I didn't ask also. I said, why did they ask me to stand up? I was like, never mind, I'm going to get back to my work. And
Yeah.
later I figured out, all I'm trying to say is that I'm a naturally blessed actor. And that it just came to me.
Yeah,
But
oh my God, this is Smriti. She's a journalist.
but I have to one thing that I did not mention to you is with the kind of trust, of course, the kind of trust everybody, the producers placed in us. Also, Rishi, he met us for the first time. We hadn't done anything in life before, as such, nothing so noticeable where people could bank on based on your previous work or what, you know. And he still trusted us. I remember not having a single look test, not a single look test other than trials that we did with Shefali and Rasika, and that too only of their uniforms. I mean, I know Shefali only had 3 changes in it, but that's that. And everybody used to be dressed on set and sent straight to the director on set. 3 or 4 days into shoot, I went to Rishi and I said, "You're not saying anything." I'm like, I'm too
Yeah.
scared. Why are you not reacting? It's like, is it that bad that you don't want to look at my face anymore?
Yeah.
And then he said that no, everything has really sat beautifully. And if there's a problem, I'll call you and tell you. So far, everything is going good.
Yeah.
That's the kind of trust that man laid in us, you know. He just blindly trusted us. I think a lot of confidence comes in because of that kind of trust anybody would want to place in you. You would want to outdo yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Who did you really enjoy dressing up the most? I know there were not many kind of changes, but I think I know the answer. But still, who did you really really enjoy dressing up? I mean,
I'm going to ask you what your answer was after I answer this question. Okay.
oh my
So,
God.
so without without hurting any sentiments, I know this might not sound very right, but the culprits actually, it was a challenge to crack what thought processes they had to commit a crime so gruesome, you know, to be so, how could you be the way you were when you did that? What went into your head? It was mind boggling for me to even think in that direction. 1% of it, it just runs shivers down my spine even now when I think about it, right? But like my heart's really beating when I'm saying this, but to understand, like trying to understand, I don't know if I did right or if I did any justice fairly enough, but I put in my story there. Probably what I was thinking. I was trying to be just and unjust both. I was wanting to know that you are somebody's son too. You were probably somebody's brother or husband. How did you get to do this? And why? So,
And it's,
the flip side of them.
yeah, yeah. No, please continue. Please. The flip
Yeah,
side.
the flip side of them. Yeah, like sometimes we say looks can be so deceiving. And, sometimes you're like, oh, you look at it and it looks like a psychopath and shit like that. People talk about everybody like that. And these 4 people, I mean, 6 people who I dressed, it was the most challenging one. And I wouldn't say it was fun, but it was the most challenging one because I did my share of research on what was this person's background. Like our main guy, Jay Singh, what I learned about him was that he had lost his wife and he had anger issues because of that right after he lost his wife because he used to crazily love his wife apparently. Now, I don't know if the love that the so called information we derived was actually any psychotic, you know. We don't know that. But which means that that man was capable of love, you know. God, I don't know what went on in his upbringing, What did he see his mother go through? Did he even have a mother to actually tell him the right or the wrong or anything like that? And the kind of upbringing men have in our country, it is so important to pay attention to that. you know uh, every time looking at a woman's picture, you say, oh, don't put up that picture because we have a cleavage or a back that is very sexually arousing. Why can't you point out your finger to a guy and say, hey, listen, that's a very a very confident picture. Do not make it a subject of any sexual compromise. Don't do that. Why can't you say that? Why in a family you're always telling a woman that don't sit like this and don't wear these clothes? Why can't you tell a man that she's just being herself? Look at her as a human being and not as a sexual object. Why can't you stop scratching your balls in public? Why can't you do that? Why has anyone in a family gone up to an old male family member and said this? That, hello, this is inappropriate behavior. There are women in the family. There is a function going on. Why are you doing this? Nobody does that. But oh my God, your sari achal is falling down. Jesus Christ, look at it. Ridiculous. So much so much goes around it. So I think that was the most challenging job. I wouldn't call it fun, but I tried to do as much justice I could.
Also, I think it's so difficult to kind of like we as an audience, when we see we tend to hate the person who's portraying that character. It's that those are just actors who are kind of acting it out, but they were seem so real that you had to take a second glance and a second look as to, is this a real guy, or is it like, Mridul playing the part, or the other culprits who are playing the part, and to having dress up that and not be reminded constantly of what you just said. I think it must have been like, so like I'm getting goosebumps talking only, like, like I'm sure it is easy to dress the positive characters than to dress the negative characters, because there comes an extra baggage, with that whole, of what they did. So my answer was Shefali, but then when you started, I was like, Shefali would be, probably if you kind of compare, then would have been an easier one to dress. Of course, with the badges and everything in place. But yes, you so rightly said that it was most challenging to dress up the, the culprits. But really, I mean, what you did out there, Smriti, was truly commendable. It was all power and all grit and all courage that
thank you so much
and shine through. The whole your whole journey. It was just evident, like, it was just so. And like you said, every part of the series, like every aspect of making it, is coming through. It's not just कि अरे अच्छा उसकी acting बहुत अच्छी थी, अच्छा उसकी वो बहुत अच्छा था. Everything is like, has risen, I think. And I told Pooja also, it's actually the voice above that's really pushed you guys, ahead in winning the Emmys, in winning this accolade. Of course, there is no relation. People are saying that great, they won the Emmys, but the cause is, so important. So no, but we are not forgetting the cause. We are actually, so happy that justice has been brought this year when the series won the Emmy. So it was just like, actually, it's like a acknowledgement of, the cause that you guys were set out to kind of, tell others, tell the audience. So I believe you worked in Tumbad also. I mean, other projects.
I did.
Yeah. So I also wanted to ask you that how has COVID been? What has been the impact of COVID, the lockdown
on
in your life?
Well, I don't think I stand any right to complain, especially knowing the kind of sufferings that has happened to the other people that we've seen and heard about and read in the news about our I mean, I think we were safe. We had by the grace of God, we've all been healthy, and I don't think I stand the right to complain at all. And yes, of course, we've had our repercussions of our jobs and everything curbed down, but I think these are negligible because compared to the pain that other people went through, our laborers who couldn't go to their own places, their homes, they missed their children, people died on the street. I don't have a single reason to complain. I was safe. I was sheltered. I had a roof on my head, and I had food and sanitizer. So
much against your life.
So I don't think I stand any right to complain at all. And plus, it also gave me a lot of time to think and see what I want to do in life, how do I want to do? I know probably what I want to do, but how do I want to go about it? And so it's been very insightful and yeah, a very, very insightful time actually. So no complaints.
Tell us about your future projects. What you're doing currently, if you can, like reveal a little bit about it, or not
Well,
a lot.
I actually really can't reveal much, but um, except of course, there's an Excel web series that I'm working on. We've shot 40% of the series, and we are resuming shoot mid-December. And there is a very, very interesting documentary, again, something that I cannot reveal about
Goodness,
so
good.
much, other than the fact that it is yet another story that needs to be told. And I'm very, very proud and thankful to have such sort of, opportunity to get such projects that rope me in. I like Apurva, Pooja, every single buddy who calls me after Delhi Crime, the way I have been associated with the right kind of people, and I want to work on projects that make a difference. That will be probably my little bit that I can contribute back to this society and the nature and universe that has really done so much for me. So but I'm going to be very thoughtful about the projects I'll pick up. I'm
Yeah,
going to be very, very thoughtful about what message they sent out. I'm not going to jump to anything that does not creatively provoke me enough. So that's my resolution, and I
wonderful.
hope I'm able to live up to it. So yeah,
Go Smriti, yay!
yeah, Ajay.
Jaya has said go back to what also. I'm I'm sorry, Jaya,
Yeah,
didn't understand that.
Jaya,
Okay,
elaborate.
yeah, great. So I was just wondering if anybody has any question for you. Yes, Jaya said love you, Smriti. तुम नहीं
I
समझोगे
love
said
you too.
yes. Sameet Menon said hi.
Vishal is a very dear friend of mine when I worked in television.
Nima Sharma,
So
hi.
thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. The kind of love. The laborers. Go back to that.
Okay.
Okay.
बिल्कुल.
Yes, the migrant situation, Jaya. That's what I was talking about. I mean, is there anything that you would like to give me an input about? I want to use this platform to say one thing to, I do not remember his handle, but there was a post that Shafali put up about celebrating the Emmys and how the entire team has celebrated the entire hard work. And there were two posts that mentioned about how gruesome the crime was, and I've never been able to watch the series because it's been very difficult and all of that. I don't know if I can ever, if this is the platform and it'll ever reach you guys, but let me tell you, Delhi Crime was not a series celebrating what happened. It was a series, it was a story that was told from a perspective of people who wanted to do right, in spite of so many wrongs that happen every day, every single day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Tum Nahi Samjhoge has a question. Uh, any film that you would have loved to style? Uh,
Ah, that's a good question.
that's a very good question. Uh, I have never touched that genre, but I think I'll be very pleased if I had an opportunity to work with Sanjay Leela Bhansali sir, because he
Wow.
really is a great
Yeah.
artist, and
So opulent,
kind
and
of take he has on, yeah, the kind of take he has on design and costume, the intricate details that he gets
yeah.
into. I would love if I ever had an opportunity.
Favorite moment from the shoot, Apurva's asking.
Oh my God, favorite moment from the shoot was the day the vehicle went missing. So we had a picture vehicle that went missing, and the entire team, and there was a lot of um some costumes in the vehicle too, and some production equipment such as walkies and mics
Gosh.
that just went missing. Okay, the vehicle just went missing. Okay, and the way the entire team got together to ensure that the shoot next day, where we needed all of these things, uh, uh, you know, was reworked and made available to the director. It was unreal. The vehicle was made again, which means they bought a second-hand vehicle. The production designer Mandar, he changed the seat covers, he made the paintings, and every single aspect of that car exactly like the picture vehicle. I cut a fur jacket and it made it into a sleeveless down jacket, and I and the kind of things we did to make that available. My God! And initially there was this crazy ass madness that went by. Like, oh my God, the vehicle's gone missing. How are we going to do it? Are we going to cancel shoot? And we were shooting at like some 3 hours away from Delhi in Garganga, a place away from Delhi. And how are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? And again, it was just the energies of the entire team. Like everybody would like, what are you talking about? This happened. How did you do it? How dare you do this? And then 2 minutes later, everybody's smiling like, okay, fine. What's the backup plan? What are we going to do
What's the
next?
solution? You know, the
You know?
problem is then now what is
Yeah.
the
What is it?
solution?
Yeah. Everybody has had the problem. Everybody's pressed the panic button. Everybody has reacted to it. Okay, done now. No, next step. What are we going to do? It make Death Wali Ganga. Monisha, who would call Garganga to be, oh, we're going to Death Wali Ganga.
Was it found and was it ever found?
Well, yes, eventually it was traced. Our driver who was driving the car was terribly unwell, and he just drove back to his hometown, which was in Rajasthan. And yeah, I mean, I know how producers and everybody had to bear a huge backlash because of it, because we were trying to reach out to vendors, they were trying to reach out to people who we could find this person with, and they really, really had a Apurva really did have a backlash from the driver's wife because he was really unwell and he was admitted in ICU. Thankfully, he's well. But yeah, it was one of the repercussions and the things that happened around it. It's hilarious. We all laugh at it right now, but
This
that
so
day
good.
wasn't this funny.
Yeah, I'm sure about that. I know there must
One
be so
really same thing.
many stories.
And
Yeah.
the same day, one really sweet thing happened because we were shooting on Garganga. We were taking a boat to the location, which was like about a 15 minutes ride. On our way back, when the entire unit had packed up and we were going back in a boat. A bunch of us, the direction department, our actor Gopal Dutt, and a lot of other crew got stuck on one boat, and the steamer went off in the middle of Gadganga, and Gopal Dutt is singing songs. It was amazing. It was like we were having the time of our life.
What fun. I mean, I'm sure
Yes.
it would have been different,
It was
but
how it is called joys of life, the small joys of life, which we managed to scoop out of. And shooting life does manage to teach you that. I have to say that shooting life manages to teach you how to appreciate small things in life. It does.
absolutely wonderful. That's such a wonderful story, and that's such a wonderful, kind of a piece of, I would say, like a advice, to people who are out there, your counterparts who are wanting to come, somebody who's really wanting to be in your shoes. So, is there anything else that you want to tell people who want to be in your shoes, maybe, who are just starting out and want to
Wow.
climb up?
All I'm trying to say is that, guys, just something that I very positively believe in. If there's something that you want to achieve, something that set out to do, don't worry about anything. Ensure that that is what you've set out and tell the world and universe that you want to achieve. The world is going to pave the path for you, which is what has happened for me. You know, it just was paved. I have been so lucky. I really can't thank the universe enough. And every single person who believed in me and who did not believe in me, because the non-believers pushed my bar.
Yeah.
The people who did not believe in me, I'm equally and more thankful because you pushed me to do better.
Wow, wonderful.
So yeah, I am just very ecstatic.
Everybody's saying research like this woman does, and Megha is saying, I just want shoes.
Mega, Mega, one of my favorite directors and one of the best director and writer this country has right now. She asks for gifts, but she's a gift to us. The kind of film she's making, I think the world needs to watch them. So yes, you will get your shoes and research is. I'm sorry.
I said belated happy birthday to Megha as well. Her birthday just went by.
Belated happy birthday to Megha. Yes, of course. Yes, yes.
Great. And
Yes,
Smriti,
and
one thing for me too. After we finish, you got to send me your Emmy speech. I'm going to ask you now.
oh my,
So,
oh my God,
have
this is
it, and you could just spend 5 more minutes and send me that 30-second, 40-second speech. Please.
sure. Sure. And I have one person who I personally want to thank a lot is Apurva, I still remember. She has been the most. She was very protect. She is very protective of me, and I remember on Delhi Crime, if today if I have managed to win any little accolades that I have, it's because she ensured that I was protected from anything that was preventing me to perform, whether it was people, whether it was vendors, whether it was any logistics that would have come my way. Uh, yeah, I mean, I can't thank her enough. Monisha, who always gave me a big shoulder to cry. Everybody has had that moment on this, series. And yes, of course, Rishi
Love,
Mehta,
love, love you.
who really trusted so much.
You guys are the
Yeah,
best. Guys are a great team. I think it's just exemplary what you guys have done. Each and every one of you, Apu, Manisha, everybody, each and everybody. I mean, you know who you are, and you have just fabulous. And Smriti, thank you so much for taking time out and talking to
it was my pleasure.
Matrix. And we hope to, catch you more often with wonderful,
I
wonderful
hope so
work
too.
you're doing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Lots of
Yes, and thank you for having me over.
thank you. Take care.
You too. Thank you, Namrata. Bye.